presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And boys and girls, we've made it. This is the last day of the 1949 regular season, and we've got possibly, this is a win and in game. The Brooklyn Dodgers control their own destiny. Don Newcomb, the Rookie of the Year, is on the hill for Brooklyn. They beat Russ Meyer and the Philadelphia Phillies. In the next hour, the Dodgers will be National League champions, and the World Series starts Tuesday at Yankee Stadium. Eddie Lopat will get the call in Game 1 if there is no playoff. The Dodgers have already said that Joe Hatton will pitch their next game, whether it is in St. Louis or in New York. So, this is it. If the Dodgers win this, they win the pennant. They go to the World Series. If they lose this game, then tomorrow at noon Eastern, we will play St. Louis and Chicago with Howie Pullitt on the mound for St. Louis. If the Cardinals win that game and the Dodgers lose this one, then Tuesday at noon, we will start the best of 3 playoff between the Dodgers and the Cardinals. So what's Joe Hatton going to do? Joe Hatton wants to be the Game 1 starter at Yankee Stadium, but there's still a chance, if Newcomb can't do it today, of being the Game 1 starter in St. Louis for the best of 3 National League playoff. It's all up in the air on a rainy day in Philadelphia. Who said it's always sunny? The National League Championship is right now. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1949 today from Shibe Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It is the 92 and 61 Brooklyn Dodgers looking to wrap it all up in a tiny bow against the Philadelphia Phillies. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It is a rainy day in Philadelphia. So we're going to start with the starters. It is pretty much the everyday lineup for the Phillies. There's no adjusting, and the Dodgers needed this game too, I think. So it's pretty much an everyday lineup for the Dodgers. So as we'll go with as played all the way. The Dodgers win and in. Russ Meyer hopes to keep the Cardinals alive. The Mad Monk, 25 years old from the Phillies, making his 28th and last start of the year. 10-13, a far cry from his 17-8 that he was in real life, with a save and an ERA of 3.41. Meyer, a ground ball pitcher, a fastball pitcher at 85. This is only his second start of the year against the Dodgers in what is undoubtedly the biggest game of the entire season. He lost the start, 7 in the third innings, 10 hits, 4 runs all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. He last pitched on the 28th against the Giants. 5 innings, 6 hits, a loss, 3 runs, 2 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. So in 202 innings, he allowed 185 hits, 18 homers, 87 runs, 76 earned. He walked 77 and struck out 77. This is the lineup the Dodgers send out for game 154. Pee Wee Reese leads off at short. With a righty on the mound, Spider Jorgensen gets a platoon start at third, batting second. Duke Snyder up to third in the lineup. He's in center field. Jackie Robinson cleans up at second base. Gene Hermansky is in left field. He'll bat fifth. Carl Furillo slides down to sixth and right. Gil Hodges will bat seventh and play first. Roy Campanella behind the plate will bat eighth. Don Newcomb, who can go as many as 125 pitches, will bat ninth. The Dodgers will use Newcomb in either Game 2 in New York or Game 2 in Brooklyn, if there is a playoff. So Newcomb's next start will be Game 2, whenever that is. Now, if we're doing a playoff, there will be a travel day between St. Louis and Brooklyn to give Newcomb the appropriate amount of time to do this. It'll be Del Ennis, who is in left field for the Phils as we set the defense. Richie Ashburn is a 10 and an 8 in center. Ben Nicholson is a 5 and an 8 in right. Willie Puddinhead Jones, I'm going to miss him. He's a 9 at third. Grant Hamner is a 5 at short. Mike Goliat is a 6 at second. Dick Sisler a 5 at first. Andy Semenick a 6 and a 9 behind the plate. Meyer is a 6 on the mound with a .977 fielding percentage. It is raining here in Philadelphia. This is weather much more appropriate for the Eagles than the Phillies. But we're going to muddle through, and they hope that the tarpaulin does not go on the field. Pee-wee Reese digs in at .309, 14 homers, and 82 RBI. This one starts with a ground ball to second. Goliat over to first, 1 out. Ennis is a 7 and a 7 and left. Spider Jorgensen at .295, no homers, and 14 RBI. I have rainouts, by the way, turned off. This game will go 9 regardless. But if we get a delay, then the Dodgers would have to go to their pen early, depending on how long the delay is. Pitch to Jorgensen. Here's a base hit in the left center field. Ennis cuts it off. Jorgensen rounds first and holds. Spider has the speed of Meade, and he wasn't taking the extra base. Here's Snyder. Duke at .273, 26 homers, and 91 RBI. Pitch. Ball 4. Dodgers get the good start. Runners on first and second for Jackie Robinson. At .363, 36 doubles, 17 homers, 9 triples, and 108 RBI. Now, in the MVP race, Ralph Kiner hasn't hit a homer in about 4 days. So if Robinson is the hero today, then it heavily slants back towards him, as it did in real life in '49 to win the MVP. Meyer deals. Robinson, ground ball to third. Jones to Goliat for 1, over to Sisler, and how about that setup? It's a 5-4-3 double play. Half an inning in the books. No runs, a hit. They leave a runner on. Here come the Phils. It's the Dodgers nothing. The Phils coming up. And making his 30th start of the year is one Don Newcomb, who was 17 and 11 with an ERA of .357. He is all of 23 years old, a fastball pitcher, a fly ball pitcher, and that fastball tops out at 89. This will be his 4th start against the Phils. He has won the previous 3. 24 2/3 innings, 17 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He has walked 5 and struck out 20. As I said, 3-0 against the Phillies with an ERA at .219. That is pretty good. His last start was in Brooklyn against those Phils. 6 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs, all earned. He walked 1 and struck out 7. So, in 227 frames, he's allowed 206 hits, 21 homers, 101 runs in total, 90 of those earned. He walked 71 and has struck out 139. On August 16th, he struck out 9 Phillies. So, the Dodgers go to the kid one more time. Richie Ashburn will lead off for the Phils in center field. Grant Hamner at short will bat second. Dick Sisler will play first and bat third. Dell Ennis will clean up in left. Andy Semenick bats fifth and will catch. Ben Nicholson in right bats sixth. Puddinhead Jones at third will go seventh. Mike Golian at second bats eighth. And Meyer, who threw 20 pitches in his half of the first, will bat ninth. It'll be Gene Hermansky in left as we set the Dodger D. Duke Snyder is a 9 and an 8 in center. Carl Furillo is an 8 and a 10 out there. That's pretty good. Spider Jorgensen defensively is not a genius. He's a 3. P.V. Reese is a 9 at short. Jackie Robinson an 8 at second. Gil Hodges a 9 at first. Roy Campanella a 9 and a 6 behind the plate. And Newcomb is an 8 on the mound with a 1,000 fielding percentage. The Dodgers will play again, regardless of what happens today, whether it is in St. Louis or at Yankee Stadium. We don't know. Ashburn at 276, 2 homers, 11 triples, and 54 RBI. Newcomb starts his ball game with a ground ball to second. Robinson in the hole over to first, 1 out. Hermansky is a 4 and a 6 and left. Here's Grant Hamner, short for Granville. Didn't like being called Granny, so we won't. 262, 6 homers, and 57 RBI. Pitch from Newcomb. Line drive, right field down the line. That's extras. And Hamner is in the second standing with his 27th double of the year. That brings up Sisler. Dick at 279, 8 homers and 50 RBI. In his pins and needles time if you're in Brooklyn, I suppose the only consolation is you know that there is a tomorrow. Pitch to Sisler. There's a line drive. Furillo dives and can't get it. So Hamner will round third and score, and Sisler's in with a double. It's 1-0 Philadelphia. So Campy just trying to tell Newcomb to calm down. Don't get too excited. We're not done yet, regardless. Here's Ennis. Dell at 276. 10 triples, 18 homers, and 96 RBI. Sitting with a 7-game hitting streak. 1-0 Phillies, bottom of the first. In the right center, Snyder will make the catch. Sisler runs back. And there's 2 out for Semenick. Andy at 264, 34 home runs, and 85 RBI. Newcomb from the stretch. There goes Sisler, and Semenick draws the walk. 3-1 fastball way high and inside, and Newcomb is obviously pretty nervous. Here's Bill Nicholson. I think I called him Ben. 242, 12 homers, and 49 RBI. Runners on first and second. 2 out, bottom of the first inning. 1-0 Phillies. Runners go. Newcomb got him swinging. He missed an 89-mile-an-hour fastball, and Newcomb, in the raindrops, wipes his brow. Phillies get a run on 2 hits to leave 2 on after 1-0 Philadelphia. So Hermansky, Furillo, and Hodges to face Meyer here in the second. Hermansky at 325, 10 homers, and 33 RBI. And in case you're wondering, it's Sunday, October 2nd, 1949. Pitch to Hermansky. There's a base hit up the middle. Goalie at Dove couldn't get there. Hamner should have had it. Hermansky's on with a single. Second hit for the Dodgers. Brings up Carl Furillo at 325. 25 homers and 130 RBI. Hit and run is on. There it goes. Furillo pops it up. Right side. Sisler will not get it. It's a couple of Yankee scouts on the third base line who made that play. So the count is 0-1. Now we're going to send Hermansky. Myers pitch. Runner goes. The throw down from Semenick is in time. They got him. They got him. So bases are empty. 1 out. Count is 1-1. Furillo. Ball 4. Here's Hodges. Gill at 316. 24 homers, 115 RBI. Who's going to be the hero today? Pitch. Hodges swings into left center field. Ashburn running, makes the catch. Furillo goes back to first, 2 out. And that'll bring up Campanella. Roy at 308, 22 homers, 82 RBI. It's interesting as we go through on this last day of the season to see just how close the replay stats are to the real life stats. That's a commercial for Action PC Sports. Pitch to Campanella. Roy in the right center field. Ashburn running a long way. Nicholson, however, has it on the base of the track, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get a hit, leave them on. Inning and a half in the books, 1-0 Phils. So Jones, Goliat, and Meyer here to face Newcomb in the second. Jones at 262, 19 homers and 84 RBI. Willie swings into right field. Furillo goes back, 1 out. Here's Mike Goliat. Mike at 244, 6 homers and 21 RBI. Goliat. Ball 4. Second walk for Newcomb. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Russ Meyer. Russ, obviously in a bunt situation here. 162, 7 RBI. Hodges and Jorgensen play the corners. Meyer squares. Campanella throws to first. Robinson is there, and it works. So 2-4 on the bunt. 2 out for Ashburn. And Goliat moves to second. Opening 9 for a nervous Newcomb. 32 pitches, an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, the run in the first, and a strikeout. Ashburn is 0 for 1. From the stretch. In the left field, Hermansky coming in, makes the catch to retire the side. Phillies leave a runner on, no runs, the walk doesn't hurt, no hits and no errors. We go to the third. It's the Phils 1, the Dodgers nothing. So we'll flip the lineup right here. Newcomb, Reese, and Jorgensen to face Meyer. Nuke, not a bad hitter. 226 and 5 RBI. He's got 7 doubles. Ground ball to first. Sisler, 1 out. So Pee-wee's 0 for 1. Meyer opening 9 on 36 pitches. 2 2/3 innings. 2 hits and 2 walks. It is still raining. Wind blowing left to right at 3. Just kind of a steady drizzle. Most of this crowd wearing Brooklyn Dodger hats, and they're under the awnings here high up in the decks of Shibe Park. Reese draws a 1-out walk. Meyer's third walk of the day was a fastball low and inside. Now they'll bring up Jorgensen. Spider singled his first time up. Pins and needles time here. Some of us sent threatening emails wondering if we got enough rest last night. I wonder who that was. Pitch to Jorgensen. Spider up the middle. That's going to be Hamner. Got it. Goalie it for one. Over to Sisler, and that's a double play. And so the Dodgers draw a blank here in the third. No runs, no hits. The walk doesn't hurt. No errors. Bottom three, 1-0 Philadelphia. So a Hamner, Sisler, and Ennis to face Newcomb here in the third. And the longer that the Dodgers offense kind of stalls, I think the more nervous Don Newcomb becomes. Hamner doubled and scored in the first. Grand, there's a base hit left field. Hermansky cuts it off, and that's a single. So Hamner not going into his 1949 good night very quietly. Here's Sisler. Dick doubled home Hamner in the first. Pitch from Duke. And Sisler drops one down. How about that? Hodges goes to second. Reese is there, and they get the lead runner. It did not work. So the announcer was just kind of babbling on, not paying attention to the bunt rating. And Sisler dropped one down. Hodges read that one all the way, and he went to second for the out. 3-6 on the fielder's choice. So one out for Ennis, who's 0 for 1. Who's still sitting on a 7-game hitting streak. A St. Louis Cardinal fan, by the way, did something to me last night. I didn't realize my cat rooted for the Cardinals until last night. Pitch to Ennis. Here's a fly ball to right for Rillo. Should grab it. He does. Sisler goes back, 2 out. Okay, I'm not sure if my cat doesn't like baseball. I'm falling asleep last night. And she's a cuddler, but she likes to poke me with one claw. Kind of like getting, jabbed by like an older woman like Betty Davis or something like that. With one sharp claw. Usually I'm paying attention to that, but I must have been pretty tired. Because I wake up to the feeling of her claw picking my nose. She meant to get me on the cheek, I'm sure, but she got me on the nose. And you know what? My nose still itches from where she dinged me. She didn't cut me. Absolutely true story. Here's Semenuk. Andy walked his first time up. Sisler on first. Semenuk hits a base hit up the middle. Snyder throws it back in. The Dodgers, well, they're going to try to send Sisler to third. Snyder's up with it. He's going to throw to Jorgensen. No, he's safe. He's safe. The Dodger fans are yelling, but he was safe. Sisler slid in the muck. Jorgensen with a sweep tag. But he was safe. Jamie says, how you doing, Jamie? Newcomb, if not the only one of the few pitchers that played in the Negro Leagues, the Major Leagues, and the Japanese League. And yes, Automod, that is the correct usage of the word Negro to describe that. Runners on first and third for Nicholson. Bill is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1-0 Phils, 2 out, bottom of the third. To first, Hodges takes it to the bag himself, and the Dodgers get out of it. We go to the fourth. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. After 3, 1-0 Philadelphia. Well, yeah, I honestly didn't think much of it last night, D. Scott. When it happened, it hurt. But when I woke up this morning, as you see the standings, it still hurt. And so I had the person that got me up this morning check to see if she'd cut me. I mean, first of all, what do you do for a cut inside your nose? And second of all, it literally is a cat scratch, but I'm fine. Dodgers' magic number is right now. Yankees have announced that they will use Eddie Lopat in Game 1 if the season ends today. They can play around with the rotation if the Dodgers are forced into the playoff. Joe Hatton will pitch the next Dodgers game regardless of where it is. And right now, Don Newcomb would pitch Game 2, whether it's in Brooklyn or Yankee Stadium, we don't know yet. Red Sox beat the Yankees, by the way. Here's Snyder. He walked his first time up. Myers pitch. There's a base hit right field. Nicholson will pick it up. Snyder with a hard turn around. He'll go back into first. And that'll bring up Robinson. Jackie grounded into a double play. His first time up. His bunt rating is 8. I know the smart play probably would be to squeeze, but I don't want to do that with a 360 hitter, even with his 297 expected batting average here. 1-0 Phils, top the fourth. Dodgers win. They are the National League champions. By the way, Fanfer Berlin is our latest follower. He's watched the doubleheader we did the other day, along with... I want to say that should be Chasing May Slovic, but it looks like it's spelled Chang May Slovic. Oh, you know, I think I know who that is. I think it's Chris Slovic's partner. Sweetie. Hits a throw to first. Snyder back. No, now Snyder can steal. Nope, we're swinging away. I've already caused the Dodgers some pain today. Pitch to Robinson. There's a line drive. Left center field. Ashburn goes back. Makes the catch. Snyder retreats back to first. As Ashburn has to slide on the grass. A dumbling diving catch to rob Jackie of an extra base hit. An absolute web gem. And there's one out. Oh my goodness. Ashburn just went back. He got to the track. Those cleats kind of slipped because remember, it is raining. And he made the catch. Here is Hermansky. Gene single his first time up. Dodgers have 3 hits. And nothing to show for it yet. Throw to first. Snyder back. Chris Slovic, by the way. Tremendous announcer. Does a variety of different things on YouTube. You should catch him while you can. Pitch to Hermansky is a little number down the first base line, and Sisler has it. He underhands it to Meyer, and Hermansky's retired. So Snyder moves to second. I thought Sisler was going to see if that was going to roll foul. It did not. And Meyer instinctively ran to first so they could do the 3-1 on the force. Snyder moves to second. Here's Ferrillo. Carl walked his first time up. Anyway, on YouTube, it's Christopher Slovic. Slovick. He's a teacher in Thailand, if I remember correctly. Pitch to Ferrillo is a fly ball to left. Ennis, right in his wheelhouse. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, a hit, and no errors. Dodgers have left 3 on. Mr. Myers pitching a good ball game. We go to the bottom of the fourth, 1-0 Phils. So Jones, Goliath, and Meyer to face Newcomb here in the fourth. Nuke has pitched with some nerves. Jones is 0 for 1. The good news for Newcomb, it's only 1-0 Philadelphia. There's a little chopper to short. Reese ranges over, and Jones beat it out. That was going to be a bang-bang play all the way, and Reese was playing too close to the bag at second. And so that's a leadoff single. Here's Goliat. He walked his first time up. There's a base hit into left field. Jones will hold at second. Here's Meyer in a bunt situation. Looked out from here. Dodgers play for the bunt. Pitch to Meyer. He squares. Campy's got it. Throws to first. Robinson there. And that's an out. So 2-4 on the bunt. Runners on second and third now for the Phils. One out for Ashburn, who's 0 for 2. They do have Jack Banta, who's starting to loosen for the Dodgers. Newcomb, 59 pitches through 18 batters, but he's only with one out here in the 4. So 3 in the third inning, 6 hits, 2 walks, and a strikeout. Now remember, even if the Dodgers lose this, they go to the World. They win the pennant if the Cubs beat the Cardinals. So it's not win or playoff, but it's not. The World Series isn't guaranteed, and the playoff isn't done and dusted if they lose. Infield playing back for Ashburn, who's 0 for 2. In the left field, Hermansky will track that one down. That was deep enough to score Jones. He'll score without a throw. Goliat goes to third, and there's 2 out, and it's 2-0 Philadelphia. So here's Hamner, who's been the hot hand for the Phils this afternoon. He has singled and doubled. Got him! Oh, did Newcomb need that? He got him to swing and miss on a full count fastball. And so someone needs to go offer Newcomb a cigar and a massage here between innings. A run for the Phillies on 2 hits. They leave a runner on. We go to the 5th. It's 2-0 Philadelphia. So Hodges, Campanella, and Newcomb here in the top of the 5th. Wind's now blowing harder, 7 miles an hour from left to right, and 75 degrees. But if you're not under an umbrella, you're under protection on a rainy day in Philadelphia. And somewhere, Daniel DeVito chuckles. Hodges is 0 for 1. Base hit right field. Nicholson will grab it, and that's a leadoff single for the Dodgers. And that brings up Campanella, who's 0 for 1. The thing is with this Dodger offense is that, I mean, if you look at the stats over there, there are 8 batters in the lineup. Duke Snyder is the worst average hitter at 274. John, he does look a bit like George Brett. John Goodell asks if Russ Meyer, the pitcher for the Phils in that picture, looks a bit like George Brett. And the answer is yes, but didn't need preparation age. Campy's 0 for 1. In the center, Ashburn rides the Schwinn, makes the catch. Hodges goes back to first. 1 out for Newcomb. Who's in a bunt situation. Reese on deck. Sisler and Jones play for the bunt. Newcomb squares, it's down, and Semenuk has a play at second, and no, he doesn't. That goes into the outfield, and everybody's safe. He grabbed a wet ball, and he just threw it over the head of Hamner and slipped out of his hand. Ashburn will pick it up. Hodges is grateful because he was a dead duck. And so Gill calls time. He gathers his hat, which is now a bit muddy, and that might be the break, as Jamie says, the Dodgers need. So the tying run is on for Pee Wee Reese, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Meyer takes a moment to compose himself. 18 batters, 72 pitches, 4 in the third innings. 4 hits, no runs. He has walked 3 and not struck out anybody. The Dodgers have also taken advantage of the fact that the Phils have stranded 6. What a last day this is turning out to be so far. Pitch to Pee Wee, and what? Meyer picks it up, throws the goalie at my mouse was in the wrong spot. And Pee Wee laid down the sacrifice. It wasn't intentional. Shh. That brings up Jorgensen, who's 1 for 2. Oh, run. Yeah, that was the break you needed, all right. But the runners move up. And maybe with a single, Newcomb can tie the ball game. Jorgensen is 1 for 2 with a single. I can't undo that, can I? Nope. Well, I never play enough small ball. Let's do it by accident instead. Pitch. Into right center, and that will kill the inning. No runs, a hit, and an error. And Jorgensen can't bring anybody home. Halfway home, 2-0, Philadelphia. Oy vey. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Dick Sisler double hung Grant Hamner in the first to make it 1-0 Philadelphia. Richie Ashburn with a sac fly in the fourth to make it 2-0 Philly. The Dodgers have not been able to solve Russ Meyer, who's thrown a 4-hitter and walked 3 through 5. So they've had 7 runners on and got a goose egg on the board. Newcomb, 6-hitter through 4, 2 runs and 2 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2 so far. Yeah, Lorenzo's pulling his hair out wherever he is in the great beyond. Purposely sabotage the Dodgers. Yeah, because really, I need this regular season to go 3 more days. No, I could see the bunt there. I mean, I haven't played enough small ball with that team. And, excuse me while I boot this person. Dude, if I wanted to be famous, I wouldn't be streaming 50-year-old or 70-year-old baseball games on YouTube. Sisler, by the way, 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. John says, "It's listening to an old D2D podcast, and you're lying that the Washington football team logo looks like a Dave Cook generic logo. Made you laugh out loud." It is true, though, isn't it? Somebody's going to be a guest on our 100th D2D next week. I wonder who that's going to be. I know who it is. Pitch from Newcomb. There's a fly ball left center field. Snyder's there. And that's an out. Yeah, I don't feel bad about the bunt. It wasn't intentional. They've not helped themselves out today. Ennis is 0 for 2. Newcomb's pitch. There's a line drive right field. Ferrillo throws it back in. That's a hit. 7th hit for the Phils. The Dodgers have only had 4 hits. Semenick has singled and walked. I pretty much have. Someone asking me, Jamie asking if I picked a season for football. It'll be a modern, it'll be something in our wheelhouse. I've bounced around some ideas, but hey, you got a suggestion for me, I'll take it. But I've bounced around. It's not going to be 50s or anything odd like that. Pitch to Semenick is ball 4. So Newcomb, again, he's pitching like the Dodgers are 2.5 behind in this game. Just go out there and throw your stuff. That's his 3rd walk. Here's Nicholson. Bill is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Fastball missed high and inside on a 3-1. Got him! He got him to look at a 2-2 fastball right down Broadway. 2 out. So Willie Jones coming up. Willie is 1 for 2. He has singled and scored. Snyder, Robinson, and Hermansky will bat in the 6th. Dodgers trying to hold this to a 2-run lead. Or 2-run deficit. Jones, runner goes. There's a fly ball to the left, and that's gone. And now it's 5-0. Oh my goodness gracious. Apparently Don Newcomb didn't sleep all that well. For Willie, that's his 20th of the year. And Jones just crushed that one. So now you're going to have to root for the Cubs tomorrow. Here's Goliat. But this Dodger offense can pile them on in a hurry. They got 12 outs to get 5 runs. And I think they can do it. Goliat has walked and singled. Got him. 1 batter too late. A 2-2 fastball. Yeah, Newt is suffering from cat scratch fever, all right. Oh, boy. The 3-run shot by Willie Jones has put an interesting complexion on this one. Good old Pudd'nhead indeed. 5-0 Phils. So, if the Dodgers don't want to go to St. Louis and don't need to back their way into the World Series, they got to put it together right now. Here's Snyder. He singled and walked. He's 1 for 1. Newcomb just staring into the great unknown or the dugout steps in the Dodger dugout. Bert Shotton isn't paying much attention to him. I would think that in a more modern situation, Wally Alston or Tommy Lasorda would be just having his arm around him and say, just do the best you can. We can get this for you. But old school and all that. Pitch to Snyder. Duke into left center field. It's 5-1. That's an upper deck shot. And maybe that will just wake up the echoes. Way out of here. Snyder's 27th of the year makes it 5-1. An opposite field shot in the rain into the upper deck. So Snyder shakes Jackie Robinson's hand. Jackie has not had a good ball game at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play. So let's see if that gets the Dodgers up and running. Pitch to Robinson. There's a ground ball to third. Jones across the way, 1 out. Here's Hermansky. Gene is 1 for 2. So what are your thoughts for a football season? Pitch to Gene. There's a fly ball to right. Nicholson going back, makes the catch, 2 out. Shotton would like another inning out of Newcomb so that his spot in the order would come up in the 7th. Here's Ferrillo. Carl 0 for 1 with a walk. Myers pitch. Ground ball to Goliat, and that's an easy play to first. But the Dodgers at least are on the board. They get a run on the solo bomb by Duke Snyder. We played 5.5. A run, a hit, and no errors. It's Philadelphia 5, Brooklyn 1. So pitcher spot Meyer, who's going to have to swing, I think, here. 162 and 7 RBI. Ashburn and Hamner to face Newcomb. Meyer. Ground ball to second. Robinson over to Hodges, 1 out. 84 is what I'm thinking, Jamie. Ashburn is 0 for 3. Richie drove in his 55th run. Nuke, 27 batters deep, 106 pitches, 5 in the third innings, 8 hits, a homer. That was to Pudd'nhead Jones in the 5th. He's walked 3 and struck out 4. Line drive, caught by Robinson, and Ashburn is grabbing his hammy. And for Richie, 1949's a done deal. That's it. He's hurt. So here's Hamner. Granny is 2 for 3. He has doubled, scored, and struck out. So Newcomb, this will be it for him, I would imagine. Although I'm the one controlling the Dodgers. Pitch to Hamner. There's a fly ball right field. Ferrillo doesn't even have to move, and that will retire the side. Sanicki. It'll be Ed Sanicki. Yep, a household name, not even in his own house. September call-up. A 3 and a 3 in center. And he will get the last 9 outs for the Phils. Hodges is 1 for 2. Gill has got a single. Yep, good teams and storylines, absolutely. So Hodges, Campanella, and pitcher spot. In the right, 1 out. Here's Campanella. Roy is 0 for 2. On an afternoon where this Dodger offense should be just on fire, they are playing scared. They can't lose it today, regardless. But outside of Duke Snider, no one is really playing all that well. Pitch to Campy. Oh, he walked him! And Meyer gets in the face of the home plate umpire and is thrown out. What a mistake by Meyer. He is thrown out of the game on the Campanella walk. And it's Jim Istanbul coming in to pitch. Campy laid off a low and inside fastball on a full count. And that's a debatable call. He walked the first. Semenick tried to frame it. Dave Gardner behind the plate watching a hockey game on his phone said that's there, and Meyer just lost it. And so the Dodgers catch a huge break. Constanti coming in for the Phillies as Meyer continues to yell. Wow. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Shibe Park in Philadelphia. Midlife crisis. If you know that for certain, you're a little older than midlife. But yeah, Meyer had that kind of rep. Sanicki, by the way, who will be leading off for the... is in the leadoff slot for the Phils, had 33 homers for Toronto in the International League in 49. In his first real-life at-bat, he hit a 3-run homer. So not a bad choice for the Phils. Jim Constanti, 54 appearances. He is 2-10 with 6 saves and an ERA of 5.85. That's the good news. He's a knuckleball pitcher. 83 on the fastball, 32 years old, and the 1950 MVP. Against the Dodgers, he has been as successful as a teenage boy trying to find a date for the prom. 10 innings, 10 appearances, 11 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 11 runs, all earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 5. He is 0-2 with a save, but the ERA is 8.49. It's about the price you pay for a bad steak now around here at the store. He last pitched 4 days ago on the 28th against the Giants. 2 innings, 2 hits, a run it was earned. His last time he did not allow a run was September 16th against the Reds. So 72 in the 3rd innings. 96 hits, 57 runs, 47 earned. He has walked 34 and struck out 29. And Meyer really looked like George Brett with that tantrum. Yep. You think of Billy Martin and Pine Tar there. We're told that Meyer used to curse at the fans and literally thumb his nose at them. Yeah. So, we're going to pinch hit for Rocker. For Newcomb here, who can hit a righty? And the answer, Marv Rackley is hitting .436 as a pinch hitter with a homer and 6 RBI. .333, 2 homers and 24 RBI. This one isn't done yet, my friends. Can't be on first. Constantine's pitch. Ground ball to second. Goalie it to Hamner for 1 over to first, and that's a double play. Oh, stretch time. 5-1 Phils. Oh, I can hear Lorenzo screaming at me. Jack Banta, who has been primarily used as a starter and could conceivably start in the World Series or the playoff, gets the call here. He is making his 43rd appearance of the regular season. 3-2, 5 saves at an ERA of .431. Against the Phils, appearance number 6, he has made a start. 17 innings, 15 hits, 8 runs all earned. He has walked 7 and struck out 8. He does have a save against the Phils at an ERA of .424. And yep, the double plays are not your best friend today. His last outing was a relief outing against the Braves, 2 innings and 2 strikeouts, and that was it on the 28th. 123 in the 3rd innings, 120 hits overall, 14 homers, 62 runs, 59 of them earned. He has walked 47, struck out 71, and figures to pitch prominently in the postseason. Sisler has doubled. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI. Dodgers are run on 5 hits and no errors. They've left on 5. Phillies 5 hit runs, 8 hits and an error, and they've left on 6. No changes defensively for Brooklyn. Sisler to third. Jorgensen on the wet grass, and that's a base hit. I don't know how many of you were golf fans out there, but do you remember a few years ago when Tom Watson had the chance to win the British Open Championship on the last day? He just had to make par on the last hole. He would have been a champion at 57, 58 years old. Been a great story. And I remember him hitting that par putt with all the confidence of someone who was ready to go into a playoff. And that's what the Dodgers remind me of today. Here's Ennis. Dell is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He's got himself a single. Banta deals. In the left field, Hermansky, and that will go foul. So the count is 2-2. Banta delivers. In the left field, that should be caught by Hermansky, and it is. for the out. Sisler goes back to first. 1 out for Semenuk. It was walked twice, singled and scored. 9 hits for the Phils on 5 runs and an error. They've left 6 on. Got him. A 1-2 fastball at 94. Got him looking. And that'll bring up Nicholson, who's 0 for 3. So 2 out. Top of the lineup for the Dodgers in the 8th. It's only a 4-run lead, and this team can produce, but they got to do it right now. Nicholson has struck out twice. He does it again. So Banna got him to swing and miss on a cutter. No runs, a hit. The Phils leave a runner on. We go to the 8th. It's 5-1 Philadelphia. So Constanti facing the top of the lineup. Reese, who was 0 for 1 with a walk and a sac bunt. Jorgensen and Snyder. Jim from the line. Pee-wee, center field. Sanicki going back there, 1 out. So, Big Clue joins us. We're 5 outs away from a game tomorrow. If the Cardinals beat the Cubs, the Cardinals force a playoff. If the Cubs beat the Cardinals a second straight day, then the Dodgers will be National League champions. The Yankees hope for a playoff and 37 innings in Game 3. Woo! New job, and today's my first day. Congratulations. Are you still with the table company? And the Dodgers haven't blown anything yet. Remember, if we do go to the playoff, Games 2 and 3, if needed, remember, because it's a best of 3, are in Brooklyn. Spider Jorgensen is 1 for 3. He has singled and grounded into a double play. Oh, good for you. We get to see more bread. Pitch to Jorgensen. Ball 4. Yep. Brings up Snyder. They're going to pinch run here. With Billy Cox. Not going to steal, but it is a better option. Snyder has homered. He hit that one. It is still raining, by the way, 78 degrees. The wind's blowing out to left center now at 6. Snyder has singled, doubled, and walked. Or singled, homered, and walked. Read the right column wrong. Pitch to Duke. Line drive. Goliath. Does he double off Cox? Does he? Oh, my goodness. Yep. It's kismet today for the Dodgers. As Cox got caught leaning, it was an absolute web gem by Goliath. Snyder throws the hat on the ground. He doubled up Billy Cox, the pinch runner, and that's the inning. Like the termites behind your fridge, the St. Louis Cardinals aren't dead yet. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to find a severed goat head, I think, in my bed before tomorrow. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Oh my goodness gracious. After 7.5, it's the Phillies 5, the Dodgers 1. Dodger fans are already rooting for the Cubs. Here's Willie Jones and his 3-run shot in the 5th is huge. We just couldn't let Stan Musial be the GOAT of the season for St. Louis. You know, that error Tuesday afternoon, wow. And so it literally is going to come down to the last game on the last day of the season. Tickets on sale at Sportsman's Park. The Cardinals have released a statement. Jerry Staley would pitch Game 1 in St. Louis against Joe Hatton. And it would be Harry Burkeen in Game 2 in Brooklyn against Don Newcomb. That's if the Cardinals beat the Cubs, and we're going to have to wait 24 hours for that. Willie Jones is 2 for 3. He has hit a 3-run homer in the 5th and singled. Got him. Banta got him to swing and miss on a fastball. 1 out. And don't forget, although you all know this, as Goliath steps in the box, he's 1 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. If we do get the playoff, it is considered to be regular season games. So 1 game in St. Louis, and then 2 if needed in Brooklyn. And the Yankees are going woo and who. Pitch to Goliath. There's a ground ball. Base hit up the middle. No, Reese grabs it over to Hodges for the out. 2 out for the pitcher. Constanti at the plate. 1 for 1 on the replay. Let's see what the Phillies do here. His pitch count wise, well, actually, you know what? I bet they pinch hit for him. They do. Ken Silvestri will get the honors, hitting .250 as a pinch hitter with an RBI. 3 for 11 on the replay with 2 RBI. Pitch. Got him. So Banta does his job. Kurt Simmons will try to hold off the Dodgers next. So it's the lefty, Simmons, who has lost his last 3 decisions. But right now, he is trying for his first save of the year. He is 7-6 with a 3.71 ERA. Actually, it's technically not a save situation right now, right? This is his 35th appearance of the year. Kurt is 20 years old. He throws the fastball at 91 and is a ground ball pitcher. This is his 8th appearance against the Dodgers. He's started 3 times, 28 innings, 32 hits, 16 runs all earned. That's the most against anybody. He has walked 8 and struck out 19. He is 1-3 against the Dodgers with a 5.14 ERA. His last time out was against the Dodgers yesterday. 2 innings, a hit, and he struck out 2. Pitching very well. 123 and 2/3 innings. 119 hits. 7 home runs. 56 runs in total, 51 earned. He's walked 32 and struck out 82. The Dodgers need 4 to tie and 5 to make the stream go nuts. Robinson has had a bad day. He is 0 for 3 and grounded into a double play. Louis Olmo is on deck for Hermansky. Robinson in the center field. Sonicky, 1 out. Here comes Olmo, 1 for 6 as a pinch hitter. 328 overall, no homers and 18 RBI. So, Cardinals Cubs from Wrigley tomorrow at noon Eastern, unless the Dodgers pull an absolute miracle right now. Pitch to Olmo. All right, back to Simmons, 2 out. Oh, goodness gracious me. It comes down to Carl Furillo. So the Dodgers hope to finish the regular season with the 92-62 record. That would be good enough. Furillo 0 for 2 with a walk. Simmons. Line drive to second, and we'll see you tomorrow at lunch. The Phillies have pulled it off as Willie Jones smirks on his way back to the dugout. The Phillies season is over. And they have done great damage to the Brooklyn Dodgers. Meyer gets the win, 11-13, 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, a run. It was earned. He gave up the big home run to Snyder, but that was, and walked 4. Again, I'm not missing the walks. Don Newcomb pitched like a rookie. 6 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, all earned. A 3-run homer by Jones, our player of the game. He walked 3 and striking out 4. Banta, man, he's a good pitcher. 2 innings, a hit, and struck out 4. And so, if you like baseball, we got one more for you. Cardinals and Cubs tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Cards win. It's a best-of-3 playoff. If the Cubs win, the Dodgers win the pennant. Wow. 5 runs, 9 hits, and error for the Phils. A run on 5 hits and no errors. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Let's hope that the Cards make Ron do some free games. You could pay me, I'll take the money. We'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll see if we settle this thing in the schedule 154. We'll talk to you then. Have a great day, everybody. So long.